Hi, my name is Paula Earhart, and I'm really excited about this new journey I'm going to take. I've decided to teach genealogy classes on YouTube. I've been doing genealogy for 35 years, and in the last 25, I've had many opportunities to help friends and family discover their heritage. And now I want to help you. I've It all started for me way back when I was 9 years old. I remember sitting on the couch next to my grandpa listening to him tell me stories about his parents and his grandparents and his childhood. Little did I know how much those stories would mean to me in a few short years. About 10 years later, I decided to begin researching ancestry. Now, because it only takes 2 generations for someone to be forgotten. Those stories that my grandfather told me are priceless now because he's gone and my parents are gone, and I'm the only link that my children have in order to remember these people. And so I'm writing all these stories down so that my children can have them. Um, when I began doing family history, there was no computers in the houses. They were in major big businesses, but there was nothing in the home. There was no internet, and so I was using microfilm machines to read microfilms, typing my information up on typewriters, and finally, about a couple of years after I started doing it, my father bought our first home computer. It was a little 286 machine that held only 40 megabytes of hard disk space. And I told my dad that was more than he'd ever need. So now I laugh at the terabytes. But I remember sitting for hours entering the information that I got from my grandparents about their ancestry. And I would get the microfilms from the Salt Lake Family History Library, which is now called Family Search Center. And they're the ones who are in charge of the website familysearch.org, which we'll discuss later. But the microfilms would come from them. Now, I wanted to teach a little bit in my introductory video. This is a family group sheet, or excuse me, a pedigree chart. This covers about 4, 5, or 6 generations. The 4 generations and 5 generations have a lot more information on it than if you put 6 generations on the page. But it covers a family over the span of 100 years. And so it's easy to place generations where they belong, which is made much easier if you see I've got Roland Braithwaite right here on this line and then up here. Both of them married a woman by the name of Hannah. So to have 2 Roland Braithwaites marry 2 Hannahs, it can get quite confusing unless you have a pedigree chart like this that will clear up who belongs to who. The next document I want to teach you about is a family group sheet. This covers one individual family. The father and the mother, their parents, any other spouses that they may have had, and any children born to that marriage are on one family group sheet. In today's world, it probably would only cover 1 page. But in pioneer times, you might have 3 or 4 pages once you add in the citations. So these can get a couple of pages long for one family, but they really have all of the information for that family in that document. Next is the research log, which I feel is an absolute must. If you don't want to be going in circles in your research, you need to keep a research log. I've got a pretty simple one here, the plain one, place for a date when you're doing the searching, where you're looking. Is it Ancestry? Is it Family Search? Is it Find My Past? Is it myheritage.com? Where are you looking? What are you looking for? Goes over here. This main big section is where I put my source citations. This tells me where I found it, the website, so that I can get back to it if I need to. And believe me, I've needed to a couple of times. Anyways, over in this column, I put the results. And for me, I like to just put a little tiny bit in there, whether I found it or not. And then in the next line, the big space underneath, that's where I itemize things. You'll see my filled out sample right below. If the map is just self-explanatory, I don't need to write a whole bunch about the map. But like for the second one, it's a census record, and so The second big section across the bottom tells what I found in that document. And generally, I will put exactly what's written there. And then I might put a little paragraph or two of how does this relate to some other document that I found. But that's where I do my analysis of my documents before I type up my reports. So those are the documents I wanted to share with you tonight. And I'm excited to get started on this trip. We're going to learn about FamilySearch.org, Ancestry, Find My Past, My Heritage. I can even talk to you about DNA, heraldry, history. There's everything and anything related to family history or genealogy. If you have any questions or a brick wall that you need help with, go ahead and send me an email or put a comment on this post. I will read them, and rest assured, I will respect privacy. But I'm happy to help you in this journey. And if you like the video, please like it, subscribe so you get future updates or future videos that I upload, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I've uploaded a video. All right, welcome to my group.